I'm filming.
The road to war.
Spain hired the butcher to handle the Cubans.
This is a concentration camp, you filthy animal.
No, no camps. We say no to injustice, oppression, extortion, and demoralization.
As the butcher didn't let down his force, the old, the young, the weak, and the crippled are all butchered without mercy.
We want sugar fields though. Maybe it's a good thing, but it can't be, because the terrible conditions have grown worse.
Here's the letter, McKinley. You're a weak, hypocritical politician.
The Maine was signed to protect American citizens in Cuba.
Remember the name, the Howard Stain.
The Americans believed fully that it was an act of dirty treachery on the part of the Spaniards, later finding out that it was accidental, but still believing that it wasn't.
McKinley, you have no more backbone than a chocolate eclair.
Roosevelt fills in for the commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet and ordered for ships to fill with coal and sail to the Philippines.
I want more involvement with the Navy. War is what is needed.
Fine, I agree.
On April 11, 1898, McKinley sent in the request to Congress that authorized troops against Spain and recognized Cuban independence. The war soon began, and while doing so, the Teller Amendment was passed stating that the United States had no intention of annexing Cuba. As the war came to an end, many Americans believed in it as honorable, while many Cubans disagreed. The outbreak of war did not go unnoticed by Europe. Kaiser Wilhelm II said,
It is a high time that we other monarchs agree jointly to offer our help to the Queen and the King of American merchandise and international effect, and women look at the seriously intends to snatch Cuba from the state.
but Europe did not get involved. Spain was sure to face defeat. A Madrid newspaper reported,
In reality,
a Spanish rear admiral said,
French relations with the United States would surely be fatal.
as the Spanish stood to hold Cuba and the Philippines, Guam and Puerto Rico fell virtually without a shot fired. Secretary of State John Hay said to Roosevelt,
It has been a splendid little war, began with the highest motives, carried on with magnificent intelligence and
it seemed splendid to some, lemonade and cartoons, splendid food, the like. Others said it wasn't so good. Reports of pain, sickness, and a man shot while loading his gun. Teddy Roosevelt left the Navy and started the Rough Riders. His charge on Kettle Hill, vital as it was made possible by black troops protecting his flank. He would also say,
I would rather have left that charge than serve 3 terms in the U.S. Senate.
Within within the year of 1900, the U.S. had acquired many islands and territories. In 1946, the Philippines had finally gained full independence. However, people that lived on the islands of Hawaii and Puerto Rico weren't able to acquire citizenship unless Congress had said they were ready. Bryan stayed away from imperializing and starting trouble. Instead, he was concerned about things such as labor and free silver.
Hey, Dewey, go to Manila and fight the Spanish.
Dewey destroys the Spanish at Manila and requests more troops from McKinley.
I'm uncertain within 2,000 miles where those darned islands are, but I'll send twice as many troops as you need.
McKinley then shaped Americans to accept annexation of all 7,000 Philippine islands. Then he annexes them on the grounds of Filipino incapacity for self-rule and American responsibility for Christian civilized order. The Treaty of Paris gives the U.S. all the islands for $20 million. Members of both parties agree with McKinley, but have arguments against the racist thoughts that flourish in the U.S. Filipinos are childlike and dirty, like the blacks and Indians. This country will be pacified until niggers are killed like Indians.
Aguinaldo, you are a renegade Pawnee, and you don't have any right to rule this country, even if you were living in it.
People opposed to imperialism were called anti-imperialists. Some noble imperialists were Andrew Carnegie, President Cleveland, and Mark Twain.
Annexation of territory without becoming a state is unprecedented and unconstitutional. It violates the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
Not all anti-imperialists had these noble reasons.
Filipinos are non-white, Catholic, small, and unintelligent, so they should not be annexed. It will defile Anglo-Saxon blood.
These racist attitudes caused the Filipino-American War. After the first year of the war, there were 8,000 Filipino deaths. This promoted a letter to President McKinley. About 8,000 Filipinos have been completely civilized and sent to heaven. I hope you like it. By the end of the war, 18,000 Filipinos were killed in combat, and another 200,000 were killed by famine because of American burning crops and slaughtering of livestock.
The more you burn, the better you will please me. Ernest Crosby summed up the war with his poem entitled "The Real White Man's Burden." Take up the white man's burden, send forth your keen, and load them down with Bibles, and cannonballs, and gin.
Throw in a few diseases that spread the tropic climes. For there the healthy niggers are quite behind the times. And they need our labor questions too, and politics and fraud. We've made a pretty mess at home. Let's make a mess abroad.
The end.